So, my guys, I am so excited to tell you about this new software that we are releasing here. It's called the SOUND Chatbot technology. It's based on Cobalt CPP and really focuses on quick start and getting into exploring with chatbots and doing it in a secure manner where you don't feel like someone's spying on you. Because, let's admit it, sometimes we feel kind of like this photo, don't we? Like maybe someone's sitting there and listening. We got rid of that because we don't got time. We don't got, I was that song. I haven't got time for the pain, right? We want to go ahead and spend our time exploring. And so that's why I'm so excited to introduce you to this trouble with that. So one of the things that I've done is I've adapted what we call the SOUND Chatbot. It's secure. It's offline. It's uncensored. It's neutral. All right. And what does the D stand for? It's dynamic, of course. So this is the SOUND Chatbot that we put together. This is running off of Cobalt CPP. Oh, where did we go here? Oh, doggone it. Hold on just a second. This is running off of Cobalt CPP, which is a fantastic application that's built by a bunch of fellows in the community. It's actually a free application. You can download this and use it all you want. This is my main thing. What I've done is I've adapted this a little bit, and what we've done is made it a little bit more secure. If you load up this as it is, what happens is that it stores everything into your cache. So if you empty your cache, you're fine. Your images, whatever you talked about, is gone. But if you don't, if someone pops up, it's still there. Also, you know how the internet is. You don't know who can get in and be watching stuff. So anyway, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and adapted. There's another browser, secure browser that comes with the one, and so you can actually be using this thing, anything that's going to clear your cache every time you close it. Okay, and we're going to be developing this along times too. So that's really exciting. It's actually going to eventually be portable, so you can just take it anywhere you want with your USB and just plug it right in. So we're going to jump into this. I'm going to show you how this works. And before we do that, though, please like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Really helps out the community, and we all want to be so helpful, don't we? So thank you so much. Let's pop over and show you a little bit of what we got going on. So normally with Cobalt CPP, it's pretty easy. You just go download it. It's one exe file, which is what really makes this application excellent. Listen, I have no problem. You go down and download Cobalt CPP from the thing because it's my go-to. It's a great application. I don't think you really need any other chatbot application for what you're doing. But what we've done here is we've created some scripts here that is going to end up downloading it for you. It's going to download models. It's going to download some stories and stuff. It's going to get you going. It's like a starter pack. One of the things about when you do go and start using Cobalt CPP is you end up having to start navigating through, went to the wrong place here, but you start having to navigate through big repositories like this, trying to find the models you want. You end up getting into places where you're not exactly sure what it is you need. So you got all these quant sizes. I think this is all good stuff to learn, and you should learn this over time if you're going to be into this. But let's be honest, we kind of just want to chat, don't we? So what we've done here is I've gone ahead, created this script, which you can download, and you just click this install, okay? It's going to go through, it's going to download, it's a rather big install, it's probably about 16 gigabytes, but what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up downloading an image generator. We're going to download a lava model, so that means that it's actually able to describe images to us. We're going to download audio models so that we can actually speak to the bot and have it respond to us that way. And then of course, we're going to download 3 basic models here. We're going to download a role-playing model. We're going to download a basic chatbot model, and we're going to download a programming model so that you guys have a little bit of everything to play with, okay? So what that's going to do is once you click this install over here, or Garnet, where'd she go? Then it's going to download all that. It'll take a little bit of while depending on your internet. Then all you're going to do is click this run. And let's see what happens here. It's going to bring up this little screen here. It's going to ask us what models that we're going to want to work with. So I'm trying to find my screen here. There we go. So Lunaris is, this is a great model. I love this model. It's a very compliant model. It does what you want it to do without moralizing you. It's very open to being prompted the direction you want it to go. It's a basic chatbot model. We have this Poppy Porpoise, is one of my favorites. It's a storytelling, a role-playing model. So this one you don't necessarily going to chat with as much as you're going to say, tell me a story about this or that, or pretend that you're a beautiful blonde woman on the beach and I'm coming up with some drinks. And it's going to role play with you. And it's going to be descriptive. It's going to use good words on this. This can help with your creative writing. You know, it's good stuff, but you can play with these things. Okay, and then the last one you're going to see here is this WaveCoder programming. So if you want to go ahead and, you know, you want to learn some basic programming, go in there and just be like, how do I say hello world in Python? You know, or Python, I need to connect to a Hugging Face repository. I want to load a model for a chat thing. So you're going to get to play around with this. Now, again, when you're first getting these, you have to go through and navigate Hugging Face, and you have to find what you want, and you get one of these things, and you don't know which one. I've gone ahead and just gotten you a good sampling to start with. This is great, okay? So by doing this, you're actually way ahead of the game. It takes a lot of people a long time just to get this far along. So what do? We go ahead and pick one. Let's go ahead and we're going to pick Lunaris here, okay? And do we want to load an image model? Now, you don't have to load an image model, but it's kind of nice if when you're doing some kind of role playing and it says, you know, you walk up to the tree person extends its leafy fingers towards you. Well, you can generate an image. It'll actually take what you've been talking about and give you some kind of image to it. Now, it's obviously not going to be completely perfect all the time, but it's pretty cool. All right. And you can also prompt it the way you want it to go. So we're going to go ahead and click yes. All right. Now, this is where this stuff really shines here. This is where we get to choose our browsing options. Okay. So number 2, here's our default browsing. That's going to open up, let's say you use Google Chrome. It's going to open up your Google Chrome. It's going to keep everything there in memory, so, or in your cache actually. So if you save a story that you're doing, it'll save it there. Next time you load it up, same thing. If you put up an image, it'll all be there. But that also means that if you're doing something that you kind of embarrassed that someone else would know about, and they come and load it, it's going to pop up again as well. Also, it's not SSL secured, where so you know, if that really is a thing for you, that's you know, you're a little bit more open, but it's still very good. Okay. Now, if you're a little bit more wanting to say like, I kind of want to play with this thing, and I don't really want people to know what I'm playing with, or maybe it doesn't. You're just having a thing, and you just don't want people to know what you're talking about. Then you can go ahead and choose the sound private. Okay. So this one is actually going to open up its own browser. Let's go ahead and we're going to click that one. And what it's going to do is that browser is set to have no cache, to have no temp storage, no nothing. It's going to have what's in memory at the moment, and as soon as it's closed, it's wiped out. So that does mean if you try to save your stories, unless you download them manually, when you come back, it's going to be brand new. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick that one. Now it's going to ask us for preloaded stories. So I've gone ahead and preloaded some stories here. So a story is basically the context. Like I'm talking with this bot, and I want to know I want it to say, hey, you know, we're on a pirate ship, and you are Captain Flag, and you speak with a terrible lisp that causes dread to all around. I don't know, whatever. You create the story. Say we're on the adventure for treasure, and you act very open to people, but you're deep down you're not trusting. So whatever, you set your scenario. Okay, I've set some of these up. We've got the Cogni Brain, which is just your introduction thing. This is your all-purpose, like I am the Cogni Brain. What questions do you have for me, kind of thing, right? We set up the programmer. So if you're going to go ahead and use the programming model up here, then set up as programming. That's set up so that it's going to give concise answers. It's going to give correct answers. You know, it should. Right? We're giving it the best fight and try we can. Go so set up for that. Then we set up the tavern. This is a fun one. You're walking into this medieval tavern, and there seems to be this nobleman that seems out of place in this kind of peasant tavern, but he commands sort of the attention of the place. He's sitting by the fireplace. He beckons over you to join. Okay, take it wherever you want to, man. Like, it's exciting. So these are all narratives that we set up, and then we have a blank slate. If you just want to load it up and just set your own context, you can do that. Okay. Some things like Poppy Porpoise, you're going to want to tell the story. It might not work so well if you go into the tavern, okay, because it's already set into a narrative. Whereas you might just want to open a blank slate and say, tell me a story about this, or let's pretend this. When I snap my fingers, you become hypnotized. Whatever you want. So you have all these options. So we'll go ahead and let's pick number 3. Let's pick the tavern. This is a fun one. So what we're going to do, and lastly, do we want to use a microphone? So again, if you, it's kind of nice. I like typing, but I'll tell you the truth, my fingers get hurt. And so it's kind of nice. I can actually get a lot more words in per minute than I can typing when we use this. So this is all set up for you. This is all stuff you would have to download and you would have to put in the places by yourself if you just use the program by itself. Okay. Now, all hail to the guys that created Cobalt CPP, because that's what we're using. We're not pretending to use anything else, but what we're doing is we're making it a little bit more accessible for us who just want to get in there and play with the bots. Okay. So if we want to use a microphone, we'll just go ahead and click yes. Okay. And so what's going to happen is it's going to take a minute to load. Okay. You see, it gets to go through all of this. All right. And when it's done, it's going to pop up a window. So let's just give it a second here. By the way, the more models you load, so the image model, the whisper model, it has to load each of those. So it adds to the loading time. Okay. It's not a very long loading time anyways, but it does add. Okay. So now it's popped up. Let me get you over to that window. All right. So now here we are in our private browsing window. So this is a Midori. This is called a program called Midori. It just loads off of the directory that we installed. So it does not install into your machine. It's just running off of things. So here we have the story. After an arduous journey through treacherous lands and unforgiving wilderness. So as your eyes adjust, you notice a striking figure in the center of the room, a nobleman, seemingly out of place amongst the humble peasants. All right. So now we can start interacting. But let's say we want to get a picture of this thing. Let's click Add Image, and let's just click this Generate Image Automatic. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay. It'll take a second, depending on how fast your machine is. And there are functions. So there we go. Here seems to be a picture of the tavern. Okay. So whatever helps that you can create another one. So we could go over there and we say, well, let's say we want to use our microphone. I'm going to go ahead. I'm tired of typing. Okay. I'm going to put this microphone on. I'm going to click my settings up here, go to advanced. And then I'm going to click speech. So I'm going to hit push to talk. And I'm just going to go ahead and say to it, I brush the dust off my feet and walk over to the man. I look at him and say, it has been a long journey and I have at last arrived. I received your note a fortnight ago and made it here as fast as I could. And then I only let that done. And now watch what's going to happen. It's going to go ahead and click that in there. And it starts to respond. Mark raises his gaze from the mud of his eyes, a hint of curiosity dancing in his future. He stands up, and so he goes on. So tell you, what news brings you? So you can go on. This thing will literally just go in whatever direction you want to say. So let's say to it, I have news of your family. Mark's expression shifts. Family matters at pray tell. What tidings you bring? And it goes on and on and on. If you want to make this longer, you can go here to your settings and this amount to generate up here, this button here, you can slide it up. It'll make a bunch more. If it's giving you too long and stuff, you can go down to here. Okay. And you just press OK. Let's do another picture here. Just an automatic one. So whatever you want here. I want to ask them, say, there is plenty of time for family matters, but first I must get some ale. I turn to the redhead that is delivering the drinks to the patrons and lift one finger to make a come hither motion. I don't know, whatever, something, whatever. And there's the fiery-haired barmaid is now involved. So you can down whatever path you want. Now let's say I get done. I'm like, okay, I can go new session. Okay. Now if I click this button here, it's going to keep the tavern in there. But let's say I'm done with the tavern. We're going to uncheck this. Now we've got a brand new one. Now I can just talk and I just want to talk with it. I want to say, what's the deal with vegans? Why give up meat? I don't know, whatever. And so it's a lifestyle choice, so it's going to go on and whatever. You can ask it, say, tell me the history of the circumference of a circle. I don't know. Describe the discovery of pi. I mean, I'm just trying to think of just random stuff that so I can sit here and I can have a conversation. Now, I cleared out Mark on the other one so that, you know, if I was in that other thing, Mark would be like, oh, well, let me tell you about the circumference and let me tell you about veganism. But we just cleared it out. So now we're just having a straight talk with the chatbot. Okay. Now, let's say I'm done. I want to go, I need to do some mathematical stuff, right? So I can just close this bad boy out. Okay. Just close the window. Swap. Goes away. And then all I got to do is go back, rerun this bad boy. Okay. And where are we at here? And it should bring up this again. All right. So here we are again. Now we can start and say, well, I want to do some WaveCoder stuff. Okay. Do I want to load an image? No, I don't need to load an image. Let's just go no. I don't care for this, just programming stuff. So let's just use the default browsing. And let's go ahead and load up the programmer. Do I want to use a microphone? No, because I'm probably going to be copying and pasting code or just asking stuff. So let's go ahead and do it. It's going to load up. It'll go even faster this time because we don't have all the other models going. Okay, so this is freaking out my microphone a little bit. So let me pause this. And here we are. We're in the programming one here. So this one here is set up for programming. Now, I want to show you something really quick. Over here is this button that says context. If you click this, this is where you type in your stories or whatever. So when you're getting the starter kit here, when you're getting the sound technology bot here, it's coming preloaded with stuff. Okay, and we're going to have others to offer too. So this is upgradable. But just FYI, so you know that's where that's going. Okay, so let's ask it, say, how to say. Or say print hello world in JavaScript. And it pops out our answer there. So we can sit there and play with this thing. I mean, I think one of the classic things is ask it, how do I program a classic snake game? Where you can sit there and go back and forth with this. Now, programming thing here isn't perfect, but it ain't bad. Okay. Now, before we go, I want to show you a few other things we've got. We've already seen that we can use our microphone. We've already seen we can generate images. What we can also do is we can describe stuff. So let's click this Add Image button here. It's going to pop up thing. Let's upload an image. Okay, and let's upload this picture of a bear. Pop up. Now we can ask it. We can say, describe this image. Okay, hold on. And we can see it goes ahead and describes it. This photograph depicts a large brown bear stands on hind legs, perched on a rocky outcrop of fallen tree. So that's pretty amazing. So you could use this in your stories. Say like, this is, I want to pretend I'm interacting with whatever's in this image, that kind of thing. So again, this is like 6-7 models that this starter kit downloads for you. It'll take you a lot of time to get that. And you can just get that over here at the Patreon site. Under collections and under member exclusive videos. So it's only $5 to get that. And this is going to be upgrading. What we're going to be doing here is in the shop, we'll be offering other models that you can download. So if there's a model you particularly want, I'll go ahead and put it up here. They're going to be like about $3 for a model and stories and stuff like that. If you're a member of, if you join as a member of Prairie Dog, you get this for free. If you join as a what we call a farmhand, then you get all your models, everything for free as well. So this is a ton of fun. This is honestly how I spend majority of my time working with AIs. I love chatbots. They're just fascinating. Again, this is based on the Cobalt CPP software, which is just awesome. You're welcome. Go download it yourself, and you can always add and download your own models. In fact, I really encourage you to do it. But for those of you who just want to get going and get it going quickly, this is the way to go. $5, go over there, get this. It's going to download everything for you, and all of a sudden you're in the land of chatbot. And I'm telling you guys, face swapping is cool, right? Voice stuffing is cool. Chatbots are a whole nother world. I mean, it's like opening a whole nother door of excitement and kind of it's really cool stuff. That I work with chatbots. Let's say 90% of the day, 90% of what I'm doing today, I'm doing something with chatbots. So we've really got you going. And like I said, we're going to be supporting this software. This software is just going to get better and better and better and better over time. And there's going to be plenty of opportunity to play with different models. You're going to find out that some of the models are act one way, and you can have the same conversation with one model with another, and one's going to act a little different than the other. It's really interesting. It's interesting to think of them as minds. Now they're not actually minds. It's complicated mathematics, vector math, right? But it's so cool. It's so cool, and you can get going here within minutes, probably 10 minutes to download and get everything over here at the Patreon site. Boom. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to also help you to create stories if you want and all that kind of stuff. So fun stuff to play. Choose your own adventures. Go on a virtual date. Use it for whatever you want. Have it create a dirty limerick. Whatever. And these bots are guaranteed to not tell you, well, I don't think I could do that. That would be inappropriate. So it's like, hey, nobody wants to use a hammer and have the hammer asking it, have you thought about what you're hitting with this? Yeah, you're a hammer. Shut up. I just want to use you. And these chatbots. They're awesome. Get you going within minutes. Let me know if you have any questions. I keep talking just because I'm very excited about this software. So go check it out. Download it. Hit me up on the Discord, whatnot. And most importantly, you stay good, okay? And we'll catch you on the next time.